Welcome to lesson number 5. This is Accurate Pips and it is our beginners course 2025. And this will be the only beginners course I'm going to be doing, or this is the last beginners course I'm going to be doing. Anytime there is going to be any new mentorship, all beginners will be referred to this particular lesson um, on the YouTube channel. It is boring teaching hot forests and all those stuff. But this particular lesson, lesson number 5, is very important and is very key and it's going to be very short. We'll be talking. So this is lesson 5. Okay, lesson number 5. That's what we are looking at today. All right. So in this lesson, we are going to be talking about the anatomy of the candlesticks. Okay, the anatomy of the candlesticks. That's what you'll be looking at. This is very important because everything on the chart has to do with what? Candlesticks. And there is a behavior of the candlesticks that we need to understand. That is what we refer to as the anatomy. Now, just like the human being is made up of skeletal tissues, same way the candlesticks is also made up of its various parts and how these parts are formed. All right. So the way the parts are formed gives us an idea in the market when we are using them to trade. Okay. So we are going to look at that formation, how they are formed, what they are, the parts, how you can identify them on the chart. We'll quickly look at all that and then we'll end lesson number 5 for the day. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, before we go into into knowing the parts of the candlesticks and their formation, the first thing that we need to know is what a candlestick is. So, candlesticks are type of price chart used in forex trading to represent price movement in a specific time frame. Okay, so as I was saying in one of the lessons that we have something we call, I think it was during the terminologies, and I was saying we have something we call time frames. Okay, in trading, time frames. All right. Now, these time frames ranges from what? Seconds. Sorry, I think my network. Sorry, my network went off. Okay, I think it's back. All right. It ranges from time frames, and these time frames. Sorry, it's made up of time frames, and these time frames ranges from what? Seconds to years. All right. So we have the second time frame, we have the minute time frame, we have the hour time frames, we have the daily time frames, the weekly time frames, the monthly time frames, and the yearly time frames. So different time frames, seasons. All right. So these candlesticks represent times. We use it to represent or times on the price chart. So I think the next lesson we'll be looking at the different types of charts we have in the forex market. All right, that we use in doing our daily analysis. And candlesticks chart is one of them, and the candlesticks chart is made up of what? Candlesticks. Okay, good. So now that we know the definition of what a candlestick is, now let's look at the parts of each candlestick. Okay, what form or how is each candlestick formed? But before then, we will look at what? The parts of a candlestick. Okay, so quickly, let me draw candlestick here for us to see. Okay. All right. So what I've drawn right now, each part of it has its own what? Its own name. So um I'm going to label each part for you. All right. I'm going to label each part for you guys. Good. Now, when we take how do we call it? When we take this whole candle body, okay? When we take the whole candle body, all right, we are going to do what? We are going to get different parts. Now, we have two types of candles. Let me mention that first. We have the bullish candle and we have the bearish. And I've defined these two terms already in the previous lessons. So I don't need to talk about them again. Now, when we take this particular one I've drawn here, I'll represent it with as what? As a bullish candle. Okay, so let's say this is our bullish candle. So I'm going to label the parts for the bullish candle. When I'm done, I'll do same for the bearish candle. If it is bearish, how you want you see it. Okay, so with the bullish candle, the open price is always below. So this area here is the open price of the candle. Open price. Then the low section here is called the lowest price of the candle. Okay, the top here is called the highest price, and this side here is the closing, or yeah, so close price or the closing price. Then this entire section here where I am pointing with the arrow is the one we refer to as the body of the candle. Okay, the body of the candle. Now this one that look like a straight line is the one we refer to as the wick. So this one here is the what? Upper wick, and the one down here is the lower wick. Okay, so these are the parts of a bullish candle. Take note. Now, if we want to label the parts of a bearish candle, the same drawing. So don't worry, bearish. Now, the only difference between a bullish candle and a bearish candle is the opening and the closing price. So the color of the candle can be the same, but the open and the closing price of the candle is what determines whether it is bullish or it is bearish, right? So in terms of bearish candles, the opening price is what? Is above. So this is the open price. And the closing price is below. So this is the close price. All right. So we have the open, the close, the lowest price, the highest price. Between the highest price and the open is the upper wick, and between the close and the lowest price is the lower wick. And as usual, this whole area here is the body of the bearish candle. So these are the parts of the candle. Now let's look at, for instance, let's this bearish candle. Okay, how is it formed? How is it formed? So this is what happens. Okay, this is what happens. Let's take it that this is our chart. Then what is going to happen is that price opens here for the what is the name? Bearish candle. Then price pushes up, okay, to form the highest price, and then pushes down, 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 down to form the lowest price. And when it is done, it reverses a little bit and then price closes here. Are you following? So this becomes the open price. Oh, sorry. This becomes the open price. This becomes the highest price point. This becomes the lowest price point. And then this is the odd, the closing price. The closing price. As usual, from this side to this side, between here is the body of the candle. This is how the bearish candle is formed. So this point between the highest price and the is the what? Is the upper wick of the candle. Okay, and from here to here is our lower wick. Hope you guys are following. Now let's look at the, so this is the bearish. This is the bearish candle. Now let's look at the bullish candle. If we are talking about the bullish candle, okay. So with respect to the bullish candle, as I said earlier, the difference between the bullish and the bearish is the opening and closing price. So the bullish opens below, move downwards to form the lower price, push up, push a little down, and then closes at this level. Okay. Now let me explain something. All right. It doesn't mean that price always pushes down immediately after what? After opening. There are times price might be, I'll come back to this chart. There are times the bullish candle might behave differently. Let me, not just the bullish, I mean the bearish too. Sorry. So it can happen that it will open and then give us the uh what's the name? The high price, all right, push down to form the low price, push back up and close here. All right. So we can have something like this. And it is opposite for the what? For the bearish. So with the bearish, what happened is this. You will see that. So let me draw that also. So with the bearish, you can see something like this. Opens. Oh, sorry. You see it. Opens, push down, push up, push back down, and now close. Okay. Giving us the low, the high, the open, and the close. You get the point? And this one also give us the open, the close, the high, and the low. So it is not only the first type of formation that is known. We have different ways that the candlestick can form. But we will go into details when we are looking at candlestick profiles and the intermediate and the advanced. All right. So let me go back to what we were looking at. All right. Okay. So back here, we were looking at the bullish candle. So as we said, bullish, this is the open, the low, the high, and the close. And here is the what? The body of the candle. Here is the lower wick. This is the upper wick of the bullish candle. So this is how the candles are formed. All right. This is how the candle, and this dynamic is very important. Under the intermediate or the advanced, you'll be learning something we call the power of three. And this chart I've given you here is going to be needed. So understand what I've explained here. So that when we get to that point and I'm explaining deeper using the charts, you understand um better. Okay. So what I want you to, I'll give you an assignment, a reading assignment, but very important because you'll be needing them on the chart. So I want you to go and read on the following types or forms of candlesticks. Forms of candlesticks. Okay. So one, read about the bullish and bearish engulfing candle. It's very, very important. You'll be needing it. Then we have the shooting star. Read on the shooting star. Read on the evening star. Read on the doji. Read on the spinning top. Read on the inside bar. The inside bar. Because you'll be hearing me make mention of most of these candlesticks as we go on. I think pin bar. I nearly forgot. Okay. And then what? Let me see. So far, they are the important ones, but as we go on, if there are other ones, I'll talk about them. Okay. So as I said, today that is all we have for lesson 5. So I'll see you in lesson 6. This is Accurate Tips. Do well to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to turn on the bell notification icon. See you next time.